Hi everybody. Let's talk about our half draft. Our half draft is essentially exactly what it sounds like. It is going to be a rough draft that is half the length requirement of our final draft. So we want it to be about 9 pages. You can of course write more if you would like, but let's really strive to push our zombie outline to our 9 pages. We want to be as complete as possible. Let's approach this as actually getting some content done. Let's get our sources integrated in the sections that we're expanding. Let's make sure that this is a concerted effort of actually composing our paper. Let's make sure that we follow all the conventions that we've discussed throughout class, including grammar, third-person reflection. We don't really want to use a lot of first-person, and integrating those sources and that evidence that we are using. I encourage you to follow the template that you presented in your skeleton and your zombie outline as discussed one-on-one and in the comments of those documents as well. And let's make sure that we build upon the paragraphs of our zombie outline. I really want you to approach this half draft as the first real step in composition. You do not have to write a continual 9 pages like from your introduction. You can choose any section in your outline and start writing from there. So maybe you're not ready to write your introduction. I always save my introductions for last because it's really hard to introduce something that you haven't written yet. So maybe you start with your second section and write 9 pages from there. Okay, so it doesn't have to be right from the start. Start where you feel most comfortable, where you've got most of your brainstorming done, and go from there. We're looking for 9 pages of content here, okay? We do not want to be using first person. I've mentioned that already. Let's look a little bit more of the nitty-gritty. Let's make sure that we're including our working thesis right at the top so we can continue to have a discussion about that. Include all of the components of your doc style. Remember, it needs to be 9 pages, excluding those cover pages and reference pages and any of your outline formatting that is still there. Let's make sure that we are including our appropriate citations and we are integrating our sources as well. I have mentioned a couple times that we do want it to be in our chosen doc style. Make sure we've got our cover pages, end pages, all that good stuff. There's Fry, that means that it is a required assignment, and then here is our grading stuff. This is our half draft, so we are going to look at a little bit more in terms of composition and development. So is your paper so far focused? Do you have a clear goal presented in those 9 pages? Are you showing evidence of depth and critical thinking, as well as analysis and exploration of those sources that you're using? Are you connecting your points together? Are you matching the tone, style, and writing of your field? Essentially, are you giving me that first step of an actual paper? And we do want to pay attention to our documentation, because at this point we want to make sure that our sources are cited correctly and that our formatting is all set so that we don't have to worry about it as we go forward. And remember, I'm always happy to review your paper before it is due to make sure that we are hitting all of these critical elements. If you have any questions as you sit down to compose your half draft, let me know. We can talk via text, email, we can talk in person, and as always, you can post questions to your general discussion forum, because if you have a question, it's likely one of our peers has the same question as well. This is the first real step of composition, guys. After here, you're halfway there. It's coming together so quickly. You're doing amazing. Keep up the good work.